Domingo play music. Yeah. Hi, welcome to episode 3 of Wilkoman Domingo Plays Kerbal Space Program. Point 2.2, obviously we've all been playing it for a bit now. I'm going to start a new career mode, and I have just installed the B9 Aerospace and KW rocketry packs. I've heard lots of good things about them, never played with them before, so I thought for episode 3, because I was going to start on 2.2 anyway, might as well start with some new parts for me as well, make it a little bit more exciting perhaps, from my point of view anyway. Domingo play a flag, and we're going to start. I want to have a look first of all and see if there's any of the new parts in. I doubt they'll be in the very first level of the tech tree. You must have to get something, surely. Yeah, nothing new there. Well, we only have to get 5 science, so we got a couple of parts. Fuel tank, solid rocket booster, like a slim decoupler, I think. So, we'll get Jebediah Kerman, and we'll put him in a rocket. He can gather some science, but you will notice that we immediately lose him to the laws of physics and fiery explosive death. That's all that's left of his ship, and yep, that's finished too. This is good, because Jeb's dead now, and we will confirm this by looking in the astronaut complex, go to the loss list. There he is, right there, he's dead. But I guarantee you he'll be back, and because for some reason I can't kill Jebediah and keep him dead. He keeps coming back. I haven't tried to repeatedly kill Bill and Bob yet, but Jeb just keeps returning on my game for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is, or if anybody else has experienced that. Bill Kerman bringing home some bacon there, 10 whole points of science, but we get some new parts to play with. So we'll take that, and what's in the next tier? Nothing new, it's all good. Engines we like. So we may as well reach, try and get that science as quickly as we can. I think these new parts have a better fuel to weight ratio than the stock ones, so I don't know. It probably won't make anything any easier for me. I'll still, wind up crashing a lot. So Bill, he takes off in his wiggly, squirrely little rocket there, and I do quite like those new solid rocket boosters. We will take a suborbital trajectory on this flight, if I remember rightly. This is, of course, post-commentary, and I don't think he quite makes it to orbit. Yeah, it is suborbital. So he comes down, and it's there's a little bit of fireworks, woo, but it's basically a very boring landing, and he just plops harmlessly into the sea. We cover him, and he brings home whatever pocket lint and change he's found down the back of the couch. 56 science, okay. We need to spend those points on 15, okay. Yeah, always like landing legs. Batteries come in handy. That's not quite yet though. Okay. Oh, can unlock that whole tier. That's fine. Right, so we need to make the science. So we will just save that small launcher. I do like the inclusion of the subassembly loader in the stock game now. It was always a good mod, and it does come in really handy for quickly saving and moving things around. This isn't speeded up, by the way. This is just as fast as I build. That's how good I am. Of course it's speeded up. It'd be silly. Because we don't take off like this and go horribly wrong this fast. Now what you need to watch is as Bill ditches the last stage of the craft in his escape attempt, immediately hits the parachutes, and he collides with the fuel tank and the engine. It destroys one of his mystery goo containers. But Bill, a very lucky Kerman, lands very safely and boringly on the ground. But that was, highlight. 5 science, not really that much. We could do with controlling this rocket better, so some fins and changing the stock engines out for the KW rocketry ones, which have thrust vectoring and should help with the control somewhat. Which, of course, they do. It's still a bit squirrely, but and it looks like it's It looks like an old lady wearing curlers and rollers in its hair. Uh, we aim for orbit and ready to burn. Come on. Stretching the orbit round there, we're just might as well collect some science on the way, and we make it into orbit. So we want him to orbit the planet just for, you know, prosterity's sake. Don't know. Sunrise, caught on camera there, and come on, move onwards. Yeah, when we get to Apoaps, we'll break, get some more science, steal as much as we can, take it home with us, because we want the extra science so we can make better rockets, and I really want the little junior science bay. Again, boring landing, but you just pick up some dirt this time, which is always good to bring home. 37, is that going to help? No, I need 45. Well, in that case, I'll just save this off, because we modified that with the thrust-vectored engines, and it's better than the original one. Shh, nobody has to know. We're just gathering some science from the local area. It's not stealing. It isn't a science a cost. It's oh god, that was terrible. Yeah, we just want we want the junior science bay, because it's a no-brainer, and it'll just help speed things along quite nicely. That twin-engined beast looks like quite good fun. We'll have to get a closer look at that. Oh, fairings. Yeah, now, as I understand it, the B9 aerospace pack changes the atmosphere and the aerodynamics. I'm not quite sure how, if anybody... I'll have to look it up. Google it. That's going to be the answer, quite obviously. So, we're kind of aiming for this one being a sort of lander. I think my original plan was to try and get it to the moon, but that I don't, you know, it just didn't happen. This was Origin Mark for our final phase before we, you know, move to bigger and better things, apparently. But we, you know, fairly early on discover that it's not really going to cut the mustard. But Bill is here to do the science and grab as much of it as he possibly can. So we'll spam the science while we're here. We aim for orbit, because the moon isn't in a position where we can just kind of, you know, burn round to it straight away. But it's you know, we don't have enough fuel to get anywhere close, let's face it. So we just gather the science we can, and, you know, do a braking maneuver, ditch, you know, poo the end of it off, and those landing legs come in really handy, because yeah, it's a frog lander, exactly. So we just land nice and safely there. Excellent. Bill has the good sense to roll the craft over and get out and collect some water as a surface sample. And he gets back in, we recover him, and he's... That's a slightly odd glitch. He's brought 93 signs in total. That's brilliant. Okay, so we're going to leave those 93 points to spend at the start of the next episode. Do join us for that. It'll be very soon. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Just subscribe to the channel even if you don't like what you see. We'll see you very soon. Keep on playing.